Nathan Peterman and the Buffalo Bills. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Nathan Peterman has to die so Josh Allen can live.
Love the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover the spread. Will, the Minnesota Vikings are favored by 6.5 against the 49ers on Sunday.
I'll tell you who can't go toe-to-toe with the Vikings. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G is so handsome. I'm going to grab the points here with San Francisco. Lions favored by 6.5 against rookie Sam Darnold and the Jets.
He can deal with the lights. He can deal with the pressure. He can deal with going into Detroit on a Monday night.
Best offensive line and run game I think Stafford's ever had. I'm going to take the Lions to win and cover. Oh, that's great stuff. Welcome back. And let's just say week one picks, not my finest moments. But Will Brinson was on fire in week one, and he joins us again to pick every single game against the spread for week number 2. Will, we have some very interesting games this weekend. Key injuries all throughout the NFL. Let's start with one of my favorite games, a divisional game. The Atlanta Falcons favored by 5.5 against the Carolina Panthers. Will Brinson, take your pick?
This is a hard one, Adam, because you look at the situation with the Carolina Panthers. They're down 3 offensive linemen. The news came out on Friday, that Devontae Freeman would not play for the Atlanta Falcons. Tevin Coleman will be the starter. They're banged up as well. You look at these stats, and Matt Ryan's just been awful in the red zone. I'm going to take the Panthers against the spread because I think that their defense will get compressed enough that they can stop the Falcons from scoring a lot of touchdowns. And I think when you look at Deion Jones and Keanu Neal out for the Atlanta Falcons, those are the two guys, the two fast, modern linebackers you would want to have to slow down Christian McCaffrey and Cam Newton in that run game. And I think Christian McCaffrey has a monster outing in Atlanta on Sunday.
Listen, I love McCaffrey in this matchup. I think that Keanu Neal, Deion Jones, great players. In theory, they would be great against Cam Newton. In theory, they're the heart and soul of that defense, maybe the team. But I'm going to take Atlanta to win and cover. I think that is a wounded animal. Listen, Matt Ryan coming off the worst game of his career, playing at home. I think they're going to win by a touchdown, so I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons to win and cover. The Chargers, 7.5-point road favorites in lovely Western New York. Will Brinson, take your pick?
Boy, it is not fun picking the Buffalo Bills in any situation, Adam. But I think that there is a bit of an overreaction occurring with this line in that the Los Angeles Chargers lost, but they looked okay. They scored a bunch of points against the Chiefs. Everybody loves the Chiefs. The Bills got blown out by the Ravens on the road. Buffalo has this very bizarre home field advantage. Remember, last year they beat the Chiefs in Buffalo. I think you could see the Buffalo Bills welcome the Los Angeles Chargers into town. The Chargers struggle on a 1 p.m. East Coast spot. I love the first half line for the Bills here. And I think the Bills, maybe they're up 13-10 in the fourth quarter before Phillip Rivers leads them down and gives the Chargers a win. I like Buffalo plus 7.5, though.
Wow. Listen, I hope you're right. I created the Josh Allen bandwagon. I'm thrilled he's starting. He should have started the season, Will. We've been over that a million times. You know, the 1 Eastern time game always scares me for a West Coast team. But then again, the Chargers, when they're on the road, it's better than being at home when they're in Carson and it's filled with Chiefs fans. So I'm going to take the L.A. Chargers to win and cover. Another road favorite here, the Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, favored by 3 in Tampa Bay on Sunday. Will Brinson, take your pick?
This game is wild, right? I think that when you look at this situation, you have, Ryan Fitzpatrick against Nick Foles. I mean, what a world we're living in. I believe I'm taking the Buccaneers +3 here, right? And I think that the line has moved, and I don't want to flip flop or anything like that, but I keep getting scared. Is it Fitzpatrick? Is it Foles? Which guy am I going with? I will take the wounded. Actually, they're coming off a nice week 1 win. I'll take the +3 at home.
Let me tell you something, Will Brinson. I'm going to show you some guts. Some guts. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning the game. They will beat Nicky Foles. They will beat the champs. I love this matchup for Mike Evans. I've been saying I didn't think the Bucs were that bad. They just didn't have a quarterback. Fitzmagic. Who knew? Upset special. Forget the points. The Bucs beat the Philadelphia Eagles. The San Francisco 49ers favored by 6 against the rebuilding since 1957 Detroit Lions. Will Brinson, take your pick.
You know, this is one of those situations where you got the 49ers, and they're favored by 6, and Jimmy Garoppolo, and the Niners looked okay against the Minnesota Vikings. The Detroit Lions looked terrible, got blown out on Monday night. Should be a bit of a dead cat bounce back, excuse me. But I tend to think that with the 49ers going on the road here, 49ers welcoming the Lions, coming off that brutal Monday night win, that you're going to see San Francisco protect well for Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know, though. I think Detroit got enough up front where they can get some pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. Marquise Goodwin probably going to be out if he plays. He'll be locked up by Darius Slay. I think I'm going to take the Lions to keep this one close, even though they played horrible on Monday night.
As we saw to start the segments, I was 0 for 2 on both of these teams last week. So you're always right. You don't want to factor in the overcorrection from week 1. But Jimmy G still remains handsome. You think Garoppolo and Matt Patricia know each other from practice in New England? Listen, I'm going to roll with Kyle Shanahan to coach the pants off of Matt Patricia. Sans pants. I'm going to take San Francisco to win and cover the spread. Sunday night NFC East showdown. The Dallas Cowboys are favored by 3 when they host the New York Football Giants. Will Brinson take your pick?
No worries here. I know this one, and this has been my favorite bet of the week all along, Adam. I think when you look at what the Panthers did well against the Cowboys, it was they got pressure on the interior in the middle with Kawan Short. B.J. Hill, David Harrison for the Giants. Those guys with no Travis Frederick are going to bust into the middle. They're going to put Dak Prescott in a bad spot. They're going to disrupt that running game, and the Giants are going to win in Big D where there isn't that much of a home field advantage, and you're going to see Jerry Jones have an apoplectic meltdown when his team is 0-2 and struggling in the NFC East.
You want to talk about an apoplectic meltdown? How about the New York media when Eli Manning falls to 0-2, Will Brinson? Let me tell you something. The only team that can stop Ezekiel Elliott, the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff. As long as Zeke runs it 25 times, catches 5 to 7 passes out of the backfield, I like the Dallas Cowboys to win and cover, beat the Giants 28-23. Let's take a look at the rest of our picks for week number 2. We both have the Redskins. I'm rolling with the Packers. Brinson has the Vikings. We disagree on Tennessee and Houston. We disagree on KC and Pittsburgh. We are both rolling with Sam Darnold and the Jets. We disagree on the Browns and the Saints. I think New Orleans is going to win. I like Cleveland with the points. Listen, I don't love L.A., but I think they'll cover that spread against Sam Bradford on defense. I was saying Jacksonville all offseason. Leonard Fournette scares me. I think Denver will win, but I'm going to take the points with the Raiders. I think the Bears are the best bets of the week. Will Brinson, I would talk trash, but you beat me by 5 games in week 1. I had Cincinnati. You had Baltimore to start week 2. So, Will, good luck, and we will talk to you here on Time to Shine next week.